Hi friends, good evening. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Good evening, guys. If anyone is there, please do comment, comment. I think no one is there. Good evening, namaskaram, andarki, ellarkum vanakkam, namaskar. Krupa Raju. మెయిల్ చూసారా మెయిల్ ఏం చూడాలండి మెయిల్లో నేను ఇంతకు మెయిల్ చూడలేదు. I haven't seen mail Krupa, so I'll once again look into the mail and I'll get back to you. Maybe it might have went into spam. I'll get back to you. Okay. So good evening, guys. Am I audible? 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 And I hope PPT is visible to you. Raju, I'll discuss the doubt. I haven't seen I haven't seen my mail. Maybe your messages might have been sent to spam. That's the reason I may not have seen it. I'll get back to you. Once I have seen it, I'll get back to you regarding the doubts. So, Krupa, Raju, and if there is anyone else, please do comment. How are you guys? I think it's been 4 days since I have taken the last class. Last class was abruptly ended because my phone got switched off, so I was not able to read your comments. So that's why I was not able to continue the class. In the previous class, we have discussed right now trusses is going on. In the previous class, I have just discussed very basics of trusses, how to find whether the truss is stable, unstable, and redundant, right? So by using m equals to 2j minus 3 equation, we try to find out whether the truss is stable or unstable or redundant, right? So in a simple equation, if m is less than 2j minus 3, it is unstable. M equals to 2j minus 3, stable and determinate. M is more than 2j minus 3, it is stable and indeterminate, right? So this is what we have discussed. This is not acceptable in all the cases. Only majority of cases it is acceptable. In the cases which are not acceptable, that I'll discuss at the end. Okay. In all other cases, when you try to solve the previous year's questions, this holds good. Okay. Fine. So any doubts in that previous class? I think you can ask me now. If not, we can go to find how to find the forces in the members by using method of joints and different types of methods, method of joints, method of sections, and problems in method of joints and method of sections. All those things we'll discuss. So right now, let me know whether you have any doubts of how to find whether it is determinate or indeterminate, stable or unstable. So by the same time, please do like, share it with as many people as possible and subscribe so that next time you can easily, get back to you. So guys, can I start method of joints? Guys, in the sense here there is only Krupa. So Krupa, can I start method of joints and method of sections? Please let me know. And if there are other guys, please do join. Please do join. Please do join. Teaching through this pen tab and all those things is somewhat new to me because in previous time and all I used to do from the digital board. So somewhat there is some technical issues. So that is the reason for last two classes I was not able to do come into live on time. But from now onwards, I think there will not be any issue. Okay. So our idea is we are discussing trusses. Krupa said. Okay. So in trusses, main idea is to find the forces in the member of trusses. The different types of methods, if you see, the different types of methods, if you see. So first method is method of joints. Second is method of sections. Third one is tension coefficient method. Fourth one is graphical method. And from gate point of view, from gate exam point of view, I'll be discussing method of joints and method of sections. Only these two things I'll be discussing. So I'll be discussing method of joints and I'll be discussing method of sections. Okay. So what is method of joints? Some brief thing I have given in the last class, but once again I'll discuss that with you clearly. Method of joints. So if you see truss would be something like this. Okay. So if I talk about supports, there will be hinge support and there will be roller support. Okay. So there is hinge support and there is roller support. So first thing what we'll be doing in method of joints is we'll be considering equilibrium at each and every joint. If I take this as joint A, joint B and this as joint C. Okay. So if I take these three joints, equilibrium at each and every joint. So like if I take joint C, fine. So equilibrium at joint C. That means if I take joint C, how many members? Two members are meeting. So force in this member would be F AC and force in this member would, let us say, it is F BC. Okay. So our idea is to find out forces in these two members. How we are going to find out? We'll use basic equations like two equilibrium equations. Sum of the forces in x direction equals to 0 and sum of the forces in y direction equals to 0. So we can use only these two equations. So here we are not going to use summation of moments equals to 0 because this is not bending member. Truss is the member which takes only axial forces. Either it can be compression or it can be tension. Fine. So at each and every joint, we will take summation of forces in x direction equals to 0, summation of forces in y direction equals to 0. So if there are two equations, we have only two equations, we can find only two unknowns, right? So at a joint n number of members, like 3 members, 4 members can meet, but if there are only two unknowns, then only we can use method of joints. If there are many unknowns, like if there are 3 forces, 4 forces unknowns, we cannot use method of joints. Am I clear? So the idea is very simple. We have only two equations. From two equations we can only find two unknowns. So if two members are meeting, or let us say 4 members are meeting, in 2 members if you know forces, in other 2 members you can easily calculate by using method of joints. Fine. So this is the basic idea in method of joints. Okay, that is the reason what I have written over here. In this method, equilibrium of the joint is considered. It is considerable only when receivable only when two unknown forces meet at a joint. That is meet. Two unknown forces meet at a joint. Okay. Any doubts in this? Any doubts in this, guys? Any doubts in this? Please do comment. Any doubts? Any doubts? Any doubts? So if you don't comment, I can't exactly understand what is happening. So if you are having any doubts, please do comment. Come in, guys. Krupa, you're not there. You left. You left the chat. So please do come in, guys, so that I'll come to know if you're having any doubts or not. Summation of forces in x direction equals to 0. Summation of forces in y direction equals to 0. We have only two equations of equilibrium. So we can only find two unknown forces. Any doubts? Any doubts, guys? Comment, comment, comment. I think 8 to 10 is like, people used to have dinner. That's why I can't see many members over here. So please do comment if you are having any doubts, or is it clear? Can I go to the next slide? So in method of joints, we are going to consider equilibrium of each and every joint, and we can only find two unknown forces. Why? Because there are only two equations of equilibrium. No comments? Fine. I'll go to the next slide. So in steps, what are the steps that is there in finding finding forces by using method of joints? First, we will find out the support reactions by considering equilibrium of entire truss. So whenever we are trying to find out, okay, so if I take this as, if I take a small truss, so generally there will be in support here and there will be roller support here. Okay, so in support there will be two reactions. One would be something like this, other would be something like this. At roller support there will be one reaction. You can't say this as vertical and horizontal. It is perpendicular and parallel to the support. So here it is perpendicular to the support, here it is perpendicular and parallel to the support. So if at all any external forces are acting, let us say forces will be acting only at the joints. I told you that forces will be acting only at the joints. So forces will be acting only at the joints. So here you will be taking equilibrium of whole truss. I'm not talking about only joint. I'm talking about whole truss. So here what we'll be doing is you'll take summation of forces in x direction equals to 0, summation of forces in y direction equals to 0, and summation of moment about any joint equals to 0. By using these three equations, you'll try to find out reactions. If I take this as A, this as B, so this would be VA, this is HA, and this would be V. Okay, so I'll try to find out VA, HA, VB by using these three equations. See, here I'm using whole truss. I'm using what? Whole truss. Fine, am I clear? I'm not taking any single joint. I'm using whole truss to find out the reactions. So first thing first, that is I'll be using the whole truss, equilibrium of whole truss to find out the reactions. Next thing, as I said before, that I'll be considering equilibrium of each and every joint. So once it is done, I'll be considering, like, if I take any truss at any C, let us say point C, so there will be two unknown forces. So this is one thing. You can say this is other thing. So these two forces, as I previously said, FAC and this is FBC. How you are going to find out? Summation of forces in x direction equals to 0. Summation of forces in y direction equals to 0. By using these two equations, we will try to find out the forces in the members. So first step is to find out the reactions considering equilibrium of entire truss, and by considering equilibrium of the joint, we try to find out the forces in the members. Okay, am I clear? Any doubts in this? If you are having any doubts, please do comment. Any doubts, guys? So like this we proceed to each and every joint, like it can be C, A, B. So different joints. We'll go to each and every joint. We consider equilibrium at each and every joint, and we try to force them. We try to find out the forces in each and every. Okay. Any doubts? You can ask doubts in your own language also. I'll try to comment in your language. Any doubts, guys? So please do like, share, subscribe with as many people as possible. Any doubts? Any doubts in method of joints? So method of joints is very much simple. Here you are going to consider the equilibrium of the joints. So first thing is you'll try to find out the support reactions by using equilibrium of entire truss. A method like if I'm saying equilibrium means even though after acting the forces, all the forces is taken by the members. Like it means it is not moving or it is stable, something like that. So that is the meaning. Like so we are considering the equilibrium of whole truss first, and we try to find out the support reactions. Then we try to find out the unknown forces by considering each and every joint. Any doubts in this, guys? Any doubts? If you are having any doubts, please do comment. If not, I'll move to the next slide. Please do comment, guys. Please do comment. Please do comment. Oh, fine. So I'll move to the next slide. I think if you solve a problem, you'll get to understand. So a truss is shown to you. For the trusses shown in the figure below, find out the force in the member FBD. Bhaskar sir, good evening sir. How are you? How are you? I hope you're fine. And so we are discussing right now. I'm discussing method of joints. So in method of joints, I've just explained how to find out the forces in the method of joints. So here we are going to discuss a problem. So for the truss shown in the figure below, what is the force in the member BD? FBD means it's not free body diagram. It is like what is the force in the member B. So if I try to solve this problem, if I try to solve this problem by using method of joints, right? Method of joints. First thing what I have said, based on the given truss, try to find out the what reactions at the supports. Like here the supports will be A and C, right? At A there will be vertical reaction and there will be horizontal reaction. At C there will be vertical reaction. I can write this as VC, I'll write this as VA, and I'll write this as HA. And what is the load that is being applied at B? 10 kilonewton load. And from here to here there is a member D. So D, this is D. Fine. What I said, you have to uh, use summation of forces in x direction equals to 0. So if I write summation of forces in x direction equals to 0, if I write what are the forces HA? HA is equals to 0 because there is no load acting. That is one thing. Next, summation of forces in y direction. Summation of forces in y direction equals to 0. If I take it, what are the forces? VA upwards plus VC, that is equals to 10 kilonewtons downwards. So VA plus VC equals to 10 kilonewtons. That is one thing. Fine. Next. Next, you can take moments about C, moments about A equals to 0, whatever it is. I'll take moment about C equals to 0. Summation of moments about C equals to 0. If I take it, what I'll get? VA multiplied by this distance given to you. Distance is not given. Take exactly half of the distance. You can say it is symmetrical. So that means if I take this distance as some x, from here to here it would be x by 2. So what you can write, VA multiplied by x minus 10 multiplied by x by 2 equals to 0. So from this what you can write, VA equals to 5. If VA equals to 5, if I substitute here, then what I'll get? VC also equals to 5. Right? So what I am getting? VA equals to 5 kilonewtons and VC also equals to 5 kilonewtons. Right? So these are the two things. This is how you are going to find out the reactions. Summation of forces in x direction equals to 0. You'll get HA equals to 0. Summation of forces in y direction equals to 0. You'll get VA equals to 5 and VC equals to 5. So, so this is how you try to find out the reactions. विकास कुमार आपसे ठीक है पूछ लीजिए विकास. Right now we have discussed how to find out the support reactions. Okay. BPSC AE के लिए काउन SCA books follow करें. You can take the material, no, simple, any gate material or the resultant gate material you can take, that should be enough. So any gate material will be enough. If you ask me, like if you open the book and if you try to read, that would be a very time taking process. I think that would help you out. Any gate material that would help you out. Simple, like simple booklet should be enough. If you read it, you'll get it. That's it. Okay. So this is how you'll try to find out. This is how you try to find out the reactions. So once you find out the reactions, next step. Next step. What is the next step? Now you have to consider the equilibrium of the joints. I'll consider equilibrium of joint D. I'll consider the equilibrium of joint D. So if I try to consider the equilibrium of joint D, considering equilibrium of joint D, what I can write from here. So considering equilibrium of joint D, how many members are meeting over there? 1, 2, 3. So here, let us say we don't know the reaction direction. We'll assume some direction. Okay. So this is FAD and this is FCD and this is FBD. Fine. 3 members are meeting over here. But what is that our idea? What is the main idea? Main idea is to find out FBD. So if I take summation of forces in y direction equals to 0, what you can see over here? FBD equals to 0. Simple. FBD equals to 0. There is nothing much. So the question asked is what is the forces in member FBD? FBD is 0. If I just consider in the equilibrium of joint D and summation of forces in y direction equals to 0, FBD you'll get it what? 0. Am I clear? FBD equals to 0. And if I take summation of forces in x direction equals to 0, what I can write, FAD would be equals to FCD, but I don't know what is the value. So this is how you'll try to find out the forces in the members. So first we try to find out the reactions, then we try to find out considering the equilibrium of each and every joint. Here FBD is equals to 0. Fine. Any doubts up to here? Any doubts up to here? Please let me know. Any doubts up to here? Vikash mainly said general engineering. What do you mean by general engineering, Vikash? What do you mean by general engineering? What do you mean by general engineering? So any doubts in this, guys? First, we try to find out the reactions, and I have taken the equilibrium of joint D. And the other points also, other joints also I discuss. Vikash is asking some doubt. What do you mean by general engineering? It is in the syllabus. Please, please share it to my Gmail. My Gmail is karthik349@gmail.com. I'll discuss it over there. All civil, mechanical, and electrical. General engineering. What type of syllabus is that? I think they are expecting you to know some basics of it. Basics of civil engineering I can teach, but basics of mechanical and electrical I can't. I have zero knowledge regarding electrical and mechanical. B and mechanical share strength of materials and fluid mechanics, so I have some idea regarding that. But electrical, zero knowledge. मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है आप क्या बोलना चाहते हैं. सिविल में तो हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं एक गेट के लिए एक क्लास है, यही जेई के लिए दूसरा क्लासेस भी है. वो मैं 25th 27th 29th मेरे को क्लासेस है, उस समय मैं यही जेई के लिए डिस्कस करूंगा. अभी आपको क्या चाहिए, क्या बोलना चाहिए, यू हैव टू टेल मी. मेरा हिंदी एक्सेंट उतना अच्छा नहीं होता, लेकिन मैं बात कर सकता हूँ, तो थोड़ा एडजस्ट कर लेना. ठीक है. So what is the any doubts in this, guys? Now any doubts? We have found out, first of all we found out support reactions. Next, by considering the equilibrium of joint, we try to find out forces in the members, right? So this is based for equilibrium of joint D. If similarly they ask forces in other members, if they ask forces in other members, like let us say what is the force in member AB and BC. If they ask what is the force in member AB and BC, what you will do? So we'll try to considering equilibrium of joint B. Equilibrium of joint B. Right? So if I see equilibrium of joint B at joint B, what are the forces that is acting? It is something like this. This is something like this. This is something like this. So 10 kilonewtons load is acting over here, and let us say this is FBD and this is FAB and this is also, and this is FBC, right? So this is the idea. Now what we have to calculate, I think angle is given to you, angle is not given to us. So what we'll do, we'll take equal angles. Why, what is wrong in that? I take this as some 45 degrees. Okay, 45 degrees. So this will also be, this will also be 45 degrees only. This is also 45 degrees and this will also be 45 degrees. So what I mean to say is these angles. is 45. This is also 45. Fine. So now what we have learned that FBD equals to 0, right? Just in the previous case I have shown you FBD equals to 0. Now if FBD equals to 0, then what you can write? If I take summation of forces in x direction equals to 0, summation of forces in x direction equals to 0, what I'll get? FAB. If I take this one, this is cos component and this is sine component. So FAB sine 45 degrees equals to FAB sine 45 degrees is equals to, and this is cos component and this is sine component. So that is equals to FBC sine 45. FBC what? Sine 45. So from this what you can write? FAB is equals to FBC. Fine. Just by taking summation of forces in x direction, what I got? FAB equals to FBC. Fine. So this is one thing. Fine. So I got FAB is equals to FBC. This is one equation. Now what I have to do? I have to take summation of forces in y direction equals to 0. I have to erase everything once again. Fine, it's okay. So once again I'll draw summation of forces in y direction. This is 10 kilonewtons and this is FAB and this is FBC. See, I don't know the directions. I'm just assuming the directions. Finally, I'll correct it. Okay. Anyway, FBD equals to 0. Right. So FBD equals to 0. Now what I got, if I take summation of forces in y direction equals to 0, 0. So what I can say is FAC cos 45 plus FBC cos 45 plus FBD whole thing is equals to 10. Whole thing equals to 10. So FBD anyway equals to 0. I have shown you initially only. So what I can write from this? FAC and FAC. No, this is AB, right? Okay, sorry. This is AB. So FAB, and just now we have seen FAB equals to FBC. So you can write FAB multiplied by 1 by root 2 plus 1 by root 2 equals to 10. So this is 2 by root 2. From this what you can write? FAB equals to 5 root 2. Similarly what I'll get? FBC is also equals to 5 root 2. And see, you're getting positive here. That means our assumed direction is correct. Initially I have assumed it like this, towards the joint. So my assumed direction is correct. So FAB equals to 5 root 2 and FBC equals to 5 root 2. What I have taken over here, initially I have taken summation of forces in x direction equals to 0. I got FAB equals to FBC. Next, I have taken summation of forces in y direction equals to 0. I got FAB equals to FBC equals to 5 root 2. I have assumed some direction that is towards the joints. I got positive. That means my assumed direction is correct. Am I clear? My assumed direction is correct. Fine. So this is how you try to find out the forces in the members. So I got forces in the member. I got forces in member FAB, that is towards the joint, and I got force in the member FBC. Both how much? This is 5 root 2 and this is also 5 root 2. this is 0. Force in member BD equals to 0. This is how you'll try to find it. Similarly, if you take joint A, you can try to find out what is the force in member AD. If you take joint C, you can easily try to find out force in member CD. So this is how you'll try to find out forces in different members by using method of joints. Okay, so first what we have done, we have tried to find out what are the support reactions by considering total equilibrium of the truss. After that, we try to find out what are the forces in the members of the truss, right? So that is the other thing, by considering equilibrium of different joints. Any doubts in this? Any doubts up to here? Please comment. Any doubts up to here? Please do comment. Any doubts, guys? Please do comment so that we can discuss it over here. This is the best way of interaction. Like we can clear all the doubts at the same time. And, YouTube classes are free classes. Anytime it is available, just by subscribing it, you can get the doubts cleared. I think even after the class is completed, if you comment, I'll reply to the comments also from whatever the way you want. If you're having any doubts, please do comment, guys. Or if you're okay with this, I'll move to the next part. Any doubts, guys? Any doubts? Any doubts? Any doubts? Any doubts? No doubts? Fine. Now, take a note point. Take a note point. Always remember, if force is towards the joint, if I take this as any joint, if force is towards the joint, if force is towards the joint, then it is considered as compression. Compression, compression or compressive force. And if force is acting away from the joint, if force is acting away from the joint, then it is taken as tension. If force is moving away from the joint, it is taken as tension, and if it is force is acting towards the joint, it is taken as compression. Am I clear? Force is acting towards the joint, compression. Force is acting away from the joint, then it is taken as tension. Always remember this. So in previous problem, if you see FAB and FBC, both are acting towards the joint. So what while calculating also I got positive. That means my assumed direction is correct. If you get negative, change the direction. That's it. So here what I can write is FAB is compression because it is acting towards the joint. It is acting towards the joint. And FBC is also compression because it is acting towards the joint. If it is acting away from the joint, then it is taken as tension. Always remember that if force is acting towards the joint, it is compression. If force is acting away from the joint, then it is taken as tension. Fine. Any doubts in this? Please do comment. You can take this as the running notes also. It will be useful in the future. Always remember, I'm not saying about this class, any class. If you try to make a habit of taking the notes so that in future revision will be easy. You might think that I am not comfortable by taking notes. I can easily remember. Yeah, but this is not college, no? So having notes will always be better in future so that whenever you want to revise, you can easily revise. Okay. So any doubts up to here? please comment. And if force is acting towards the joint, then it is taken as compression. And if force is acting away from the joint, then it is taken as tension. You can take this as the note point. So please do comment, guys. If you are having any doubts, please do comment. And please like, share, subscribe with as many people as possible. If force is acting away from the joint, it is taken as tension. Towards the joint, it is compression. Why are you saying these many times? Because in exam you get this question. You might have calculated the force, but whether it is tension or compression, you will be having the doubt. So if it is acting towards the joint, then it is taken as compression. If it is acting away from the joint, then it is taken as tension. Okay. Any doubts in this? This is one note point. Another note point. Another note point. So here we have tried to calculate forces in x direction equals to 0, forces in y direction equals to 0. And all these things we have tried to calculate. But here, since they have asked force in member BD, force in member BD. If you see here, three members are meeting at a joint. If three members are meeting at a joint, out of which two are collinear. Collinear means in the same direction. If three members are meeting at a joint, out of which two members are collinear and no other forces acting at the joint, then force in the third member is 0. Force in the third member is what? 0. So here what I am saying is three members are meeting at a joint, out of which these two are collinear. If these two are collinear, then there is no external force. Then force in the third member is 0. So directly by looking at the question itself, you can say three members are meeting. There is no external force here. So FBD, force in member BD equals to 0. That is the thing. So you can take this as a note point. The note would be if three members are meeting at a joint. If three members are meeting at a joint, out of which two are collinear, then 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 force in third member is 0 if no external force no external force is acting at the joint. If no external force is acting at the joint. If three members are meeting at a joint, out of which two are collinear, then force in the third member is 0 if no external force is acting at the joint. So directly by looking at the question, you have to say FBD, FBD is equals to 0. So this is the idea. This will help you because instead of solving external reactions and taking the equilibrium of a joint, so directly like if three members are meeting, out of which two are collinear, that means in the same line, then force in the third member is 0. That is your note over here. Fine. So here similarly, collinear means not only like this, it can be like this also. Like if I take this as a joint, then if these are the things, if I take this as F1, F2, and this is F3. Three members are meeting at a joint, out of which two are collinear. F1 and F2 are collinear. Then force in third member would be equals to 0. Force in third member would be equals to 0. Fine. So this is how it works. Suppose, suppose if there is an external load, if there is an external load of 10 kilonewtons, 20 kilonewtons, whatever it is, three members are meeting at a joint. out of which two are collinear. Then and if external member is acting, then force in the third member would be simply equals to FBD equals to 10 kilonewtons directly. If there is no force, then okay. If there is no force, it is okay. If there is some force, then that would be directly FBD is equals to 10. Directly you have to say that it is 10. You don't have to solve. Three members are meeting, two are collinear, then force in the third member is 10 kilonewtons, 20 kilonewtons, 30 kilonewtons, whatever it is that is given to you in the right? So this is how, if three members are meeting at a joint, out of which two are collinear, and no external force is acting at that member, at that joint, then force in third member is 0. If some force is acting, then you'll have some force in that member. Simply you can take FBD, like for example here, FBD equals to 10 kilonewtons. Fine. Any doubts in this? Any doubts? Please do comment. Please do comment. If you're having any doubts, please do comment, guys. So in method of joints, how to calculate forces, reactions by using equations of equilibrium, and how to calculate forces in the members by equations of considering the equilibrium of the joints, and how these are the small tricks, like if three members are meeting at a joint, out of which two are collinear, then force in third member is 0 if no external force is acting, or force in third member would be equals to how much load that is acting if at all some load is there. Fine. Any doubts in this, guys? Please let me know. Any doubts? Any doubts? Any doubts, guys? Please let me know. Any doubts? If you attend the class and if you keep on asking doubts, or if you comment, reply to me, I'll try to understand what exactly is happening over there so I can discuss. Everyone went to have their dinner. It's exactly the dinner time, 8 to 10. But that is only suitable time for me, so that is the reason I'm taking class at this point now. Fine, guys. Now, similarly, in same terms, if two members if two members, or I can say if two perpendicular members are meeting at a joint, if two members are meeting at a joint and no load is applied over there, two members are meeting at a joint and no load is applied over there. If let us say I'll take this as F1 and I'll take this as F2. If two members are meeting at a joint and no load is applied over there, then you can simply take F1 equals to 0, F2 equals to 0. Simple. You can simply take F1 equals to 0, F2 equals to 0. Even though if you take summation of forces in x direction, F1 0, F2 0, summation of forces in y direction. If you can remember, this is how you remember. If two members are meeting at a joint and no external forces are acting over the joint, then forces in the members will be equal to 0. Right? You can take this as a note. Where is this? This is note, another note. All these notes will help you to solve the problem. So try to remember that. If two non-collinear members, two non-collinear members, non-collinear members are meeting at a joint, if two non-collinear members are meeting at a joint and no external force is acting is acting at the joint, and no external force is acting at the joint, then forces in the members forces in the members will be 0. forces in the members will be 0. If two non-collinear members are acting or meeting at a joint and no external forces is acting at that joint, then forces in the members will be 0. Any doubts in this? Any doubts? If you are having any doubts, please get it clear now itself. And once again saying, if at all you are having any doubts, please get it clear now. Because you can message me and whenever I am free, I'll reply. But if you ask me now, all your doubts will be cleared here itself. Any doubts? Any doubts? You can comment, guys. Any doubts? 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 No doubts? No doubts? So these are the major two note points. If three members are meeting at a joint, out of which two are collinear, then force in the third member is 0 if no external force is acting over there. And if some external force is acting, then force in the third member. You can take it as whatever the value that is given over there. And if two non-collinear members are meeting at a joint and no external force is acting over there, then forces in the members will be 0. Okay, this is the idea. Next, 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 next. Now, there is a problem that is given to you. Find the number of zero force members. Find the number of zero force members. So, a figure is given to you. I'll draw it separately for you. These are the reactions that you generally see at the hinge support and the roller support. And this is 5 kilonewtons. A, B, C, D. This is A, this is B, this is C, and this one is D. So he is asking what are the members that will be having zero forces over here. So if you can try, please try it. What are the members that is having zero forces? Members that is having zero forces. Please try to solve this question. Try to solve and let me know what are the members that is having zero forces. Members that is having zero forces. Like the previous concept, you can take here, you can use your method of joints and you can at each and every joint, you can find out the equations of equilibrium and try to find out that, or you can find the by other way also. Good evening, Rajesh Kumar. Good evening, good evening. We are discussing method of joints in the structure analysis. Hi, hi, hi. So the question given over here is you have to try to find out the four members which is having zero forces. What are the members that is having zero forces? Try to find out. Just tell me whether A, B, B, C, C, D, A, D, which member is having zero force over here. Rajesh Kumar Bobbili. Bobbili. Bobbili సామ్రాజ్యం నుంచి వచ్చారా? have two. లేదు ఇంకా తినలేదు తినాలి ఆఫ్టర్ ది క్లాస్ సాల్వ్ చేస్తే తింటా new subscriber then I think you should see the class from the starting anyway. So what is he asking over here? He's asking to find out forces with, I mean, members with zero forces. Just now I have discussed if two non-collinear members are meeting at a joint. So if I consider joint C, two non-collinear members are meeting at joint C. If two non-collinear members are meeting at joint C, and is there any external force over here? No external force. So what I can simply write is force in member BC equals to 0, force in member CD equals to 0. Simple. Force in member BC equals to 0, force in member CD equals to 0. So these are the two. Uh, uh, just before I have given you a note, if two members are meeting at a joint, forces in these two members is equals to 0 if no external load is applied over there. So force in member BC equals to 0 and force in member CD equals to 0. Simple question. This is one thing. Next, what about the other? We have to find out force in member AB, force in member AD and BD, right? So this is how you have to find out. How will you find that out? Lengths are not given to you, right? So you have to find out force in member AB and AD. So how will you find out? Now we want AB, BD. We can take joint B by considering equilibrium of what? By considering equilibrium of joint B. All zero? No, all is not zero. You have to find out by considering equilibrium of joint B. So if I take joint B, this is 5 kilonewton, right? And this is FB and this is FBC and this is FAB. Fine. So if you see, this is horizontal, right? This is horizontal. This is the same way. If this is theta, this will also be theta, right? If this is theta, this will also be theta. So what I can write, FBD, FBD cos theta. If I take summation of forces in x direction equals to 0. That means I am taking forces in this direction equals to 0. FBD cos theta would be equals to 5 cos theta. So simply I'll get FBD equals to 5 kilonewtons. If I take summation of forces in x direction equals to 0, I'll get FBD equals to 5 kilonewtons. Positive means towards the joint. That means my assumption is correct. If it is towards the joint, compression. And if it is away from the joint, tension. Don't remember like positive compression, negative tension. No, I have assumed towards the joint as my direction. I got positive value, so my assumption is correct. So direction is 5. It is compression. If I would have assumed away from the joint, I would have got negative. So negative means you should change your direction. Fine. So this is how I got FBD. How much I got? I got 5 kilonewtons from considering equilibrium of joint B. This is what equilibrium of joint B. By considering equilibrium of joint B and taking summation of forces in x direction equals to 0, FBD is equals to 5. Fine. So this is FBD. Now what are the things I got? FBC equals to 0. FCD equals to 0, this is C, and FBD equals to 5 kilonewtons. Now idea is to find out FAB. So how will you find out FAB? Same, considering equations of considering joint B. This is FBC and this is you got FBD. FBD is equals to 5 and this is 5. Our idea is to find out FAB, right? So FAB should find out. Now, if this is theta, this is also theta. If I take summation of forces in y direction, this is not x, this is y direction, summation of forces in y direction equals to 0. If I take FAB is upwards, I'll take it as positive, and FBD, sorry, this is 5 kilonewtons, this would be sine theta, downwards. So minus 5 sine theta, and FBD, if I take this one, this is upwards. So FBD sine theta plus FBD sine theta equals to 0. So FBD, how much you got? 5. So these two things will get cancelled and finally you'll get FAB equals to 0. Just by considering equations of equilibrium of joint B and taking summation of forces in y direction equals to 0, you'll get FAB minus 5 sin theta plus 5 sin theta. So FAB equals to 0. Okay. So here what you got? You got FAB as also 0. Okay. Now you have to find out what is the force in the in what? In AD. So for that, I'll try to find out. I'll just take equilibrium of joint D. If I take equilibrium of joint D, so this is D. There will be a vertical reaction. I didn't find out vertical reaction. I directly try to start by using the equations of equilibrium at the joints. So here, if I take this as some theta, this is 5. So if I take this as FAD, and if I take summation of forces in x direction equals to 0, FAC is anyway 0, right? FAC would be equals to 0. So our idea is to find out FAD and take summation of forces in x direction equals to 0. I'll get FAD, I'll take it as away from the joint. So FAD is minus FAD, and this is towards the joint. It goes something like this. So plus 5 cos theta equals to 0. FAD, I'll get it as 5 cos theta. Since we don't know theta value, we can take it as 5 cos theta. This is what you are getting if this is towards the joint. Towards the joint means compression, away from the joint means tension, away from the joint. So this would be 5 cos theta. So what are the members that is having zero forces now? AB, BC and CD. You can see members with zero forces is BC, CD, So see here, I am explaining it to you very clearly. If two members are meeting at a joint, two non-collinear members are meeting at a joint, when there are no external loads acting over that, then forces in these two members equals to 0. So based on that, first I made sure that forces in these two members is equals to 0. Next I have considered equilibrium of joint B, and by using equations of equilibrium, summation of forces in x direction equals to 0, summation of forces in y direction equals to 0, I got FAB equals to 0. And since I have a doubt regarding AD also, so based on that I try to calculate force in member AD. I got some 5 cos theta. So this is how you'll try to find out FAB and forces in the different members. So any doubts in this? Any doubts? Any doubts for if you have immediately started this class, you may not have understood it, but who are from the starting, who are here present from the starting, this is how it goes. So if I mean after some time also, if you watch this class, you'll try to get clear concept of how you by how you can calculate forces by using method of joints. Okay, any doubts in this, guys? But always remember, once again I'm saying, if two non-collinear members are meeting at a joint, no external force are acting on it, then force in the third member, sorry, forces in these two members will be equal to zero. Fine. Any doubts? Rajesh Kumar Babuli, CISF class explain, sir, please. CISF class. No, here I am explaining structure analysis class. CISF maybe in another classes. Any doubts in structure analysis till the concept like in method of joints that I have discussed? Please, please, please do comment. Please do comment. Please do comment, guys. And if not in the live chat, you can always comment afterwards also. I'll go through that comments and I'll get back to you. And if these timings are not suitable for you, tell me the best suitable timing in the mornings, like before 9 o'clock. Tell me. Okay. I thought many youngsters are comfortable for staying long nights. I think they are night owls. Don't think so. They're like early birds, where they rise early. I don't think so. Many people like they like to stay awake till 12 p.m. or 2 p.m. No, not 12 p.m. 12 a.m. 2 a.m. in the nights. What do you do? Okay. Any doubts, guys? Any doubts? Please do comment. Any doubts? Any doubts? Any doubts? Any doubts in method of joints? Morning will be better for viewer, I believe. Morning at what time? Civil aspirant? Nice name. Civil aspirant means are you an aspirant of civil services or you're an aspirant of civil engineering job? What is the meaning of civil aspirant? What is the meaning of civil aspirant? Hmm? Civil aspirant is not commenting now. All rounder, all rounder. So whatever the best job you get, you'll take it, right? So you're a civil engineering preparing for civil services. So you are okay with getting civil engineering job, and you are okay with, and it's better if you become an IAS officer, right? That's nice. That's nice. I never underestimate the power of a common man. Even I have seen the channel expresses many times. So how can you underestimate? It's because of common man. The whole world is surviving mainly because of the common man. Uh, what would be the morning better time? What would be the better time in the morning? 7 to 9. Will you be available from 7 to 9? I hardly believe that. I don't think so. You'll be available from 7 to 9. That's good to listen. Absolutely. All the best. All the best, civil aspirant. I hope all your dreams come true, and always remember, for achieving your dreams and goals, you should always work hard. Work hard and achieve your dream. Okay. 9, 10, 11, 9, 10, 11. No, before 9 I am okay, but after 9 I am not okay. 9 to 8 I am busy, 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 busy. Fine. So this is how you'll try to find out forces in the members. From Nagaland. Oh, nice to hear that. I was never been to Nagaland, so I don't know the things over there. Uh, what is the force in member AC? Next question. Next question is how to find out the force in member AC. You can use method of joints. So first we'll try to solve by using method of joints. Next we'll try to solve by using different methods. So force in member BC. Simply what I can do over here is I'll take first try to find out the reactions. Force in member AC. He is asking uh, force in member AC. Civil aspirant is moved to chat. Studied from Chennai. That's nice. So you're comfortable in Tamil? தமிழ் வருமா உனக்கு? உங்களுக்கு. Sorry. புரியுமா தமிழ்? எனக்கு தமிழ் வரும். ஏன்னா என்னோட நேட்டிவ் பிளேஸ் தமிழ்நாடு பக்கம்தான். ஆந்திர தமிழ்நாடு border. அப்படி தமிழ் வரும் எனக்கு. So if you are having any doubts, you can ask me in Tamil also, civil aspirant. Okay, so now coming back to the class, there is a problem. There is a problem where I have to find out the force in member AC. So if by using method of joints, if I take first, you have to find out based on equations of equilibrium of whole section, and try to find out the reactions. So summation of forces, if I take summation of forces in x direction equals to 0, what I'll get? HA. HA equals to 0. And this is how you'll try to find out HA. And summation of forces in y direction equals to, if I take, I'll get RA plus RC. Reaction at A plus reaction at C equals to 20 kilonewtons. Fine, well and good. Now, how will you find out? I can take moments about A equals to 0, or I can take moment about B equals to 0. Sorry, moment about C equals to 0. So RA into, what is this distance? I don't know this distance. What is this distance? I don't know this distance. I don't know these distances. Now, I can, for taking moment about C equals to 0, I can't find out what is the reactions in A and reactions in C. So now you can consider equations of, by considering uh, joint B. There are many methods. If you're considering equations of, considering equilibrium of joint B, this is joint B, and here there is 20 kilonewtons, and I don't know the direction. I'll just assume the direction FAB, and I'll just assume the direction FBC. Okay, so if I try to find out the angles, this angle, like if this is 30 degrees, this would be 60 degrees, and this is 30 degrees. This is 30 degrees. So this is 60, and this is 30. Collectively, it would be 90 degrees. Okay, fine. If I take summation of forces in x direction, I have just assumed the directions. I don't know the directions exactly. So if I take summation of forces in x direction equals to 0, so FAB is cos 30, this would be sin 30. FAB sin 30 will be like this, and FBC sin 60 will be like this, right? FBC cos 60, FBC sin 60. So what you can write, FAB sin 30 equals to FBC sin 60. So sin 30 is 1 by 2, sin 60 root 3 by 2. So what you can write, FAB is equals to root 3 times FBC. FAB equals to root 3 times FBC. Fine. Now, if I take summation of forces in y direction equals to 0, I'll take summation of forces in y direction equals to 0. If I take, what I'll get, FAB cos 30 will be like this, FBC cos 60 will be like this, right? And 20 is downwards. So what I can write is FAB cos 30 plus FBC cos 60 equals to 20 kilonewtons. FAB, you can write this as root 3 FBC. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2, and cos 60 is 1 by 2. That equals to 20. Root 3 into 3, 3 plus 1, 4. So 2 times FBC equals to 20. You can write FBC equals to 10. And FAB equals to root 3 times FBC, that is root 3 into 10. You can write this as 10 root 3 kilonewtons. So FAB is 10 root 3 kilonewtons, and FBC, you got it as 10 kilonewtons. And you got positive. Positive means your assumed direction. I have assumed towards the joint. So assumed direction is correct. And now if you see it is towards the joint, that means it is compression. Okay. FBC how much you got? 10. FAB how much you got? 10 root 3. 10 and 10 root 3, right? So I'll erase this. Now FBC towards the joint 10, and FAB it is also towards the joint 10 root 3. Now you can take equilibrium of any joint, A or C. I'll take C. Okay. So if I take C, considering equilibrium of joint C, there will be reaction like this, and there will be something like this. So this is FAC. This is reaction at C. No, this is not FAC. That is FBC. So this is FBC. That is towards the joint. Towards the joint, and this is how much? 30 degrees. 30 degrees. And I'll assume this is away from the joint. This is just an assumption. If you get positive, it's fine. If you're getting negative, that means you have to change the direction. Okay. FAC, and this is reaction at C. I want to find out AC. So I'll take summation of forces in x direction equals to 0. If I take summation of forces in x direction equals to 0, FBC cos 30 will be like this. So like FBC cos 30, FAC is like this. So FBC cos 30 minus FAC equals to 0. So FAC would be equals to FBC. FBC is 10, cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So you can write this as 5 root 3. Positive. Assumed direction is correct. Assumed direction is away from the joint. Away from the joint means tension. So force in AC would be equals to 5 root 3. Okay. So here first I have considered equilibrium. First I tried to find out the support reactions, but I was not able to find out because I don't know the dimensions. So what I have done is I have taken equilibrium of joint B. I tried to find out the forces in member AB and BC, and by considering equilibrium of joint C, I try to find out the forces in AC. So this is how you try to find out force in AC. Any doubts up to here? If you're having any doubts up to here, please let me know. Please let me know. So all these things are basics you might have learned in your 12th class. Obviously, you don't remember what you have learned in 12th class. So once again, I am trying to explain it to you clearly. This is how you try to find out the forces. Any doubts? Please let me know. Any doubts? Any doubts, guys? Any doubts? No comments. If people are not commenting means, not only in online classes, in offline classes also, if I ask if you're having any doubts, if people are silent means either they might have understood everything or they have not understood anything. That's how things works. ஓகேவா சார்? என்ன ஓகே? ஓகேவா இல்லையா நீங்க தான் சொல்லணும். நான் எப்படி சொல்ல முடியும்? You're a civil aspirant and you're talking like this, huh? Civil aspirant, and you said you studied from Chennai. That means your education is completed. Now, what you're doing? What you're doing? You are right. We understood whatever you explained, sir. Oh, wow. I'm flattered to this comment, but I don't think so. Anyway, uh, so instead of either you can do this big method or or, or still preparing for exam. Okay, civil aspirant, all the best. Now, either you can do it by finding out method of joints, or you can use sine rule. You can use what? Sine rule. So if I take this, three forces, three forces or three members are meeting at a joint. Hi Giridharan. Hi Giridharan. Giridharan, the name says you are from Tamil Nadu. Are you from Tamil Nadu? So if three members are meeting at a joint, I'll call this as FB, FC, FA. And I'm trying to explain this by using sine rule. And if I take this as B and this as A and this as C, okay, by using sine rule. So what you can write is FB upon sine sin B equals to FA upon sin A, that equals to FC upon sin C. FB upon sin B equals to FA upon sin A, that is equals to FC upon sin C. This is sine rule. If three members or three forces are acting at a joint, and if this is FB, FA, opposite to B is angle B, opposite to force A is angle A, opposite to force C is angle C, then what you can write, FB upon sin B equals to FC upon sin C is equals to FA upon sin A. Fine. This is how you try to find out forces. So if I try to apply it over here, Teja Asapu. Asapu, hi. Asapu means you're from Andhra. So if I try to apply sine rule over here, same sine rule over here. So for that, what I have to do is, what I have to do is 20. So I have to try to find out what is this angle, right? So if I try to find out the angles, I can easily find out the this whole thing. This 60 30 means this will be how much? This will be 90, no? So that is how much? This is 90. Okay, this is one thing. This is 90. Now I need to know what are the other angles as well. So if you go like this is 60. This is that. This is 30. This is 60, and this is also 30. That means total this angle would be, this angle would be 60 plus 60, 120. So this is 120, 90. 360 minus 210. 360 minus 210 would be how much? 250. 150. 270, 360, that is 290. This is how you try to find out the angles. So this is FBC, and this is FAB, and this is 20 kilonewtons, right? So now if I try to apply sine rule over here, what I'll get, 20 upon sine 90 equals to FAB. FAB upon sine 120, FAB upon sine 120, and FBC upon sine 150. Sine 150. So from this, what would be FAB now? 20 sine 120. Sin 120 is sin 90 plus 30, that is cos 30, that is 10 root 3. Similarly, FBC would be equals to 20 sin 150 because sin 90 is 1. So that is equals to simply 10. So you can directly simply by calculating the angles you can find out FAB and FBC. Same thing we got now by doing method of considering equations of equilibrium of joint B. We got that instead of that big doing that huge thing, you can simply calculate 10 and this you got 10 root 3. Then once again it is same. Consider the equations of equilibrium of joint C and you can easily get what is the value of FAC. That's it. So this is how you try to find out by using sine rule. Any doubts in this? You can comment. Any doubts in this? You can comment, guys. Oh, you're a bachelor or taken? I'm long way taken. I'm married. So any doubts in this, guys? Please do comment. Any doubts in this, guys? Please do comment. Please do comment. If you're having any doubts, please do comment. Please do comment. This is by using sine rule. So here there are three notes that I have given. One thing is if three members are meeting at a joint, out of which two are collinear, no force is acting at that joint, then force in the third member is 0. And if some force is acting, then force in third member would be equals to that force. And if two non-collinear members are meeting at a joint, then if no external force is acting, then force in that two members equals to 0. And the last point that we have seen is sine rule. Opposite angles like FAC, like FB upon sine B equals to FA upon sine A equals to FC upon sine C. So by using this, it's all like our major idea is to find out the forces in the members, and all these stresses are determinate stresses. See here, all these stresses are stable and determinate. If you see, what are the number of joints here? Number of joints equals to 3 joints, and number of members equals to 3. M equals to, you can write 2 into J is 3, 2 into 3 minus 3. M equals to 3. So you can write M equals to 2J minus 3. 3 members, 1, 2, 3. So that means the truss is stable and determinate. So whatever we are doing right now is all like stress is stable and determinate truss. For indeterminate truss, you can't use these methods. You have different methods for it. Any doubts, guys? Any doubts? Please do comment if you're having any doubts. If you're having any doubts, please do comment. If you're having any doubts, please do comment. Stable and determinate trust. If you're having any doubts, please do comment. So once again, I'm saying these three note points that I am giving you is very much important. Very, very important. What I'm looking at over here, I'm looking at the mobile to see your comments. Okay. Any doubts? கிரிதரன் வந்தாங்க, அதுக்கப்புறம் ரிப்ளை கொடுக்கல. தமிழ்நாடுங்கன்னு சொன்னாங்க. తేజ ఆసాపు ఆసాపు అంటే తెలుగే కదా, తెలుగు వారా? Why don't you comment? See, my classes will be from 8 to 10. I'll be teaching in AEJE as well as in GATE. So I think this month after this there are only AEJE classes only. You could try to understand it somehow. I understand civil aspirant. It's okay. It's quite difficult. can, once if you go from the starting, you can easily understand it. My AE class, RRB AE class, I'll be teaching it on 25th, 27th, 29th. Out of now, this is the schedule right of now. In future, I don't know. It can go this way or that way, but that is how things works. Any doubts, guys? Any doubts? Any doubts? Any doubts? Please do comment. Please do comment. If you can't sit in a class of 2 hours, how do you think you can write an exam of 3 hours, 2.5 hours? So what exactly do you think by teaching here? Am I giving you concept? No, no teacher in this world is tries to give you concept. Of course, you can get concept from n number of places, videos, books, and all those things. But we are here to guide you, like how to not waste your time, how to make you sit, how to make you work, how to make you read, how to make you concentrate, how to make you focused, so that you don't waste your time on scrolling through Instagram or Twitter. So that is quite addictive. Even sometimes I become addicted over there. I try to come out of it as much as possible. So our, first of all, the goal should be fixed. You have to focus on your goal, and then all these things are secondary. So we are here to guide you, to show you the way, so that you can achieve your goal. That is the only thing. We are just trying to show, put the light in that way. We just put the light. You have to walk. That means you have to study, crack the exam, and how to study, some tips of how to crack the exam. Those things, we are here to guide that. To be frank, everyone is here to show that proper light. Sometimes the light, different light works for different people. Sometimes I can be a good light for someone. Sometimes some people might be good light for someone. But it's your effort. It's your effort matters a lot. That you have to walk. You have to walk a lot. So that is very much important thing. Okay. Any doubts? Any doubts is, I think that is not a good question to ask. But if at all a person who has already studied has any doubts, you can get it cleared from over here. Any doubts, guys? Any doubts? The same thing note is given to you. Since the length of members are not given, we cannot find support reaction directly. So free body diagram of joint A and C cannot be taken to find FAC. So you can directly simply do all those things. Oh, thanks for the nice words. Uh, Now find the forces, find members having zero forces. So here what you have to find out is you have to find out the members that is having zero forces. So as I always say, if three members are meeting at a joint, if three members are meeting at a joint, out of which two are collinear and no force is acting on the joint, then force in the third member is zero. So first point, the three members are meeting at a joint. See, where are the three members are meeting at a joint? Okay. If you see joint Z, joint G, three members are meeting at this joint, out of which FG and G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I'll call this as some H. FG and GH are collinear. No force at this joint. So force in member BC, BG equals to 0. Simply you can say force in member BG equals to 0. Three members are meeting at a joint, out of which two are collinear, and no force is acting at this joint. So force in member BG equals to 0. FBG equals to 0. Similarly, if you see joint C, three members are meeting at this joint, out of which two are collinear, out of which what? Two are collinear, and no force is acting at this joint, then force in the third member is 0. That means you can say FCH equals to 0. Same concept. These two joints I have taken. Three members are meeting at this joint, out of which two are collinear. Force in third member is 0. Similarly, if I take joint, three members are meeting at this joint. Three members are meeting at this joint, right? Out of which two are collinear. HI and IG are collinear means in the same line. It can be like this, it can be like this, anything. So out of which two are collinear, then force in the third member is 0. Same thing. So FID. FID equals to 0. All these questions are previous year's gate questions I'm discussing. Remember that. I'm not wasting your time. Time is precious. So please concentrate. Three members are meeting at a joint, out of which two are collinear. Collinear means both are in straight line and no force is acting at this joint. Then force in the third member is 0. Force in the third member is 0. Force in the third member is 0. Fine. So these are the three things. Next, if I take joint E, equilibrium of joint E. If I take joint E, there will be a vertical reaction. Okay, VE. But will there be any horizontal reaction? No horizontal reaction, because at roller support there will be only one reaction perpendicular to the support. So here it is vertical reaction. There is no horizontal reaction. So if I say this is some FED, FED, and this is what? FEJ. So if I take summation of forces in x direction equals to 0, what I'll get? FED equals to 0. So in FED also it is 0. So what I can write, force in this member is 0, force in this member is 0, force in this member is 0, force in this member is also 0. Now, if I consider whole truss, what I am saying is there is this whole truss. If I consider this whole truss, and if I take summation of forces in x direction equals to 0, there will be HA, right? HA. There will not be any HE. And there is no horizontal force here. There is only vertical force here. But there is only vertical force here. There is no horizontal force. And there is only horizontal reaction at A. Horizontal reaction at E would be equals to 0. But because that is roller support. So if I take summation of forces in x direction equals to 0, so HA would be also equals to 0. Now, since HA equals to 0, since HA equals to 0, if I take equilibrium of joint A, if I take equilibrium of joint A, it would be something like this. VA. I don't know what is VA. VA would be some value, but I'm least bothered about it because right now I'm here to find out forces with 0 members. FAB. And this is some AF. If I take summation of forces in x direction equals to 0, I'll get FAB equals to 0. Simple. This is HA. FAB equals to HA. HA equals to 0. So from this what you can write is force in AB 0, force in DE 0, force in ID, force in CH, force in BG. So AB, BG, CH, ID, DE. So forces in this 5 members is equal to 0. So 3 members are meeting at a joint, out of which 2 are collinear, force in the third member is 0. And after that, I try to find out, by using equations of equilibrium at joints A and C, I found out AB and ED equals to 0. And all the member forces will be there. This is how you try to find out members with 0 forces. Right? So this is the thing. So in the today's class, I'll try to wind it up for method of section, method of joints only. Method of sections I'll discuss later. So in today's class, I have discussed only method of joints. Method of joints, once again, I'll try to rewind it for you. Method of joints. So here, equilibrium of joints is considered, and it is used only if there are two unknown forces. Right? So equilibrium of joint is considered, and it is used only if there are two unknown forces. First thing. Second, what are the steps in this? First, you have to find out the support reactions by using equations of equilibrium of whole truss, that is summation of forces in x direction 0, summation of forces in y direction equals to 0, summation of moments about any support equals to 0. This is your steps. Next, third one. Based on that, we have solved problems and I have given you note points. If 3 members are meeting at a joint, out of which 2 are collinear, then force in third member is 0 if no load is acting at that joint. Same thing. That example I have given you here. 3 members are meeting at a joint, out of which FG and GH are collinear. So force in BG equals to 0. Next, if two non-collinear members are meeting at a joint and no external load is applying over it, then forces in these two members is 0. Based on that, we have solved problems. And if lengths of the members are not given to you, then what we have done, we have used sine rule to find out the forces in the members. FA upon sine A equals to FB upon sine B, that is equals to FC upon sine C. So this is how method of joints is used to try to find out the forces in stable and determinate truss. If you see what is the type of truss over here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Number of joints is 10. So m equals to 2 into 10 minus 3, that equals to 17. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So m equals to 2j minus 3. This is stable and determinate. Stable and what? Determinate. This is how you try to find out the determinacy of the trusses. So method of joints is generally used for stable and determinate truss. Any doubts in this? You can ask. Sir, still two methods remaining, right? Or next is another topic. Yeah, method of sections. I said I'll be discussing from gate point of view, method of joints and method of sections. Method of sections is still remaining. I'll be discussing that in my next class. Whenever the next class is, I'll be discussing that in my next class, method of sections. So this is the things, guys. Any doubts in today's class? You can ask me, or you can ask any other doubts that is related to your preparation. I'll give you some 5 minutes of time to analyze it, and we'll discuss that. So please do comment, guys. Please do like, share with as many people as possible. See, this is just a guiding light. Once again, I'm saying you, I'm guiding you. I'm trying to guide you in a proper way so that you can achieve your goals. So, so guys, you can comment now. You can ask your doubts, whatever the doubts you're having. You can ask all the doubts. I'll be not only regarding to the subject, regarding anything else you can ask. I'll be answering to it. So please do comment, guys. Please do comment, guys. Any doubts regarding anything? Sir, AE exams we are not allowed to use calculator, so it's difficult to find trigonometrical value as you're solving related to this topic. This is for GATE exam, civil aspirant. This is not for AE exam. So for GATE, calculators are allowed. For AE, the questions will be like where you don't have to use calculators. Something, some basics you will be doing trigonometry, sine 90, 1, sine 30, 1 by 2, sine 60, root 3 by 2. Even I haven't used calculator here. I have just calculated and I solved it for you. So why are you saying you have to use calculator here? No, maximum you don't have to use calculator. This is gate class. This is not AEJ class. For AEJ class, I make sure that you don't have to use calculator. Those type of problems I'll be discussing. And I think day after tomorrow, I am having a class where I'll be discussing PYQs of previous year's questions of RCC, that previous years of SSC, RRB, JE questions only. So there you'll come to know. Any other doubts, guys? You can always comment. Any other doubts? Please do comment. Please do comment. Please do comment. Only civil aspirant is commenting. There are other people like I see sometimes 8 people are there, but they are not commenting. Why? Why? Any doubts? Krupa Raju, he came early and he left early. He just came for attendance, I think. This is not class. Hmm? I mean, college class. This is, something. But since you're still in college, you're in that mood. Anyway. So try to read whenever you can, you get time, and try to ask questions. You can comment over here or you can send it to my mail also. I'll look into it. So any other doubts, guys? If you have any other doubts that is related to the exam or anything, you can easily ask me. I am here to solve it. Make a video on short tricks to solve the problem and keep that in mind. These are short tricks on, three members meeting at a joint, and two non-collinear members meeting at a joint. All these things are short tricks only. So I don't know. Any other doubt, guys? Any other doubts? You want me to wind up the class? No more doubts? No more doubts? If you practice, you can solve this question in 5 seconds. Practice makes man perfect. Not only man, woman also. Practice makes anyone perfect. So practice it. Practice as much as possible. Thank you, civil aspirant. Thank you all, guys. So today I'm going to wind up this class by now. And thanks for being here. Thanks for listening to all the things that I am talking about here. And try to go through this. And if you have any doubts, you can always contact me. You can mail me to karthik3498@gmail.com. I'll try to answer as much as possible. And yeah, that is it. Okay. Bye bye. Good night.